Every day, more than 8 million tons of agricultural products are created, quietly sustaining billions of people on this planet. But before becoming the lifeblood and heartbeat of the global economy, that journey is paid for with millions of hours of labor from farmers across continents. Along with the explosion of technology, modern machinery is replacing human effort, redefining the way we plant, harvest, and manage crops, with unprecedented precision, speed, and productivity. Don't take your eyes off the screen, because up next are some of the most spectacular harvest moments where humans and technology unite to conquer nature and create the golden seasons of the 21st century. Now let's head to California's Central Valley, the heart of America's plum industry, supplying more than 40% of the nation's production and operating one of the most refined, high-efficiency harvest systems in the world. Across meticulously designed orchards, rotary brush harvesters glide down the rows. Soft rotating brushes snap ripe fruit from the stem with precision, then move the plums onto cushioned conveyors to minimize bruising. At peak performance, a single modern machine can bring in up to 3 tons per hour, with losses kept below 3%. But in hilly terrain, wide canopy orchards, or old plum groves, shaking machines take the lead. Their hydraulic resonance clamps grip the trunk and send controlled vibrations through the canopy, shaking fruit into funnel-shaped catch frames or side troughs. Compared to rotary harvesters, shakers demand careful setup, but deliver faster, cleaner results and excel in complex landscapes. Each year, the United States brings in hundreds of thousands of tons of plums, thanks to powerful mechanization, meeting both domestic demand and the needs of global processors. Taro, a starchy, sweet, nutty-flavored root, is widely cultivated across the humid, tropical regions of Asia, the Pacific, and Africa, and its harvesting method is truly distinctive. Unlike many other root crops that can be mechanized, taro remains loyal to the farmer's hands. Buried beneath 30 to 50 centimeters of mud, its roots interlace into dense, firm clusters, gripping the soil so tightly that no ordinary pull can lift it. At that moment, seemingly simple tools, sheath knives, pointed wooden hoes, or curved bamboo hooks, become instruments of precision. Harvesting each clump requires both strength and technique, loosening the mud just right, guiding the blade with accuracy, and pulling the rhizome in one decisive motion. A single misstep can snap the corm or bruise its skin, instantly reducing its value. Although mango is a globally popular fruit and a key export crop for many tropical countries, about 90% of the world's mangoes are still harvested entirely by hand. From March to June, major mango-growing regions across Asia and Central South America enter their peak harvest season. For low-canopy trees, farmers harvest by hand, judging ripeness through the tautness of the skin and the subtle elasticity of the flesh. A skilled picker can harvest up to 300 fruits per hour, while a less experienced worker may need 2 to 3 times longer for the same amount. When cutting, they always leave a short stem to prevent mango sap, a highly acidic latex, from staining the peel or causing skin burns. To reach fruit in the upper canopy, long-handled cutting poles with built-in catching baskets serve as an essential extension of the arm. On large farms, hydraulic lifting platforms allow workers to reach heights of 5 to 6 meters safely and steadily, boosting productivity by 2 to 3 times, compared with traditional hand harvesting, and contributing to more than 40 million tons of mangoes each year, a figure still rising in response to global demand. Advancing across the navy bean fields is one of the most advanced dry bean harvesters in use today. With a closed-loop cut-thresh separate system operating in a single pass, it cuts harvest time nearly in half and boosts productivity to up to 5 tons per hour, a level manual labor could never achieve. Meanwhile, some farms in North America still rely on swathing and windrowing, cutting plants when pods are about 80% dry, laying them in rows to cure naturally for 1 to 2 days before the combine moves in. This method helps stabilize moisture and reduce losses. The name Navy bean traces back to its role as a staple food on U.S. Navy ships in the early 19th century, Today, although less globally common than mung or black beans, navy beans remain vital in states like North Dakota and Minnesota, producing hundreds of thousands of tons annually. Recognized as a natural superfood and contributing significantly to U.S. agricultural exports. In California and Arizona, the largest leafy vegetable production hubs in the United States, broccoli harvesting has become significantly more efficient thanks to conveyor-assisted systems, boosting productivity by up to 30% compared with traditional manual methods. With a swift cut to remove the stem, each head of cauliflower is placed directly onto a mobile conveyor running alongside the workers. Instead of carrying loads by hand or piling them on the ground, the conveyor continuously transports the produce toward the rear, where large bins on a truck await. Workers on the truck simply sort and pack the heads, creating a seamless workflow of cutting, placing, conveying, and packaging, minimizing unnecessary movements and maintaining a steady working rhythm. The blooming flowers gliding smoothly across the fields are part of a cup conveyor system. Each plastic cup supports an individual head of white cauliflower or large broccoli, keeping it stable and protected from bumps or scratches, ensuring optimal quality for storage and export. Thanks to these systems, the United States harvests nearly 2 million tons of broccoli and cauliflower each year, achieving consistent freshness, low post-harvest loss, and far greater efficiency, meeting the growing demand both domestically and in export markets. The shaking-type almond harvester is the backbone of California's vast orchards, the almond capital of the world. Fast, powerful, and remarkably stable, the machine delivers over 1 ton of almonds per hour by clamping the tree trunk with a hydraulic arm and sending high-intensity vibrations through it, shaking the nuts down in seconds without damaging the bark or root system. All fallen almonds are then gathered by a sweeper and transferred to a pickup machine for cleaning and sorting, forming a fully streamlined harvest chain. Most of the state's production still relies on shaking machines, but the breast has become the proving ground for next-generation harvesters. A massive U-shaped design allows these machines to pass through rows, wrap around entire trees, and catch every falling nut with an integrated conveyor system, cutting losses by about 25% compared to traditional shaking. However, their need for flat ground and perfectly aligned rows keeps them from replacing shakers across the state. Thanks to deep, continuous mechanization, California produces more than 1.3 million tons of almonds each year, maintaining its position as the world's leading almond powerhouse for decades. In October, as the chilly fields of the American South glow a deep, fiery red, harvest season reaches its peak. Massive 300 horsepower Case IH tractors pull behind them the towering Pickrite harvesters. Razor-sharp blades slice each row cleanly from the soil, sweeping ripe red peppers onto vibrating conveyors that shake off dirt and leaves before carrying them straight into bulk bins. Within minutes, tons of peppers are loaded and ready for their journey to processing plants, where they will become the sauces, powders, and signature spices of Latin American cuisine. Yet amid the relentless rhythm of mechanization, some peppers are still handled with pure craftsmanship. Tabasco, a 150-year icon of American flavor, remains one of the few brands committed to hand-picking. Every year, the company produces more than 70 million bottles of hot sauce, all beginning with tiny peppers plucked by hand on Avery Island. It is a living reminder that precision and tradition can still stand firm in an age ruled by machines. These Ploger pea viners are the true heavyweights of the industrial pea harvesting world. Standing over 4 meters tall and nearly 12 meters long, they operate like mobile processing plants across the field. In just 1 hour, a single machine can sweep through almost 10 hectares and collect dozens of tons of fresh peas, an output hundreds of manual workers could barely match. Yet the Ploger's real superiority lies not only in power, but in mechanical precision. A low-cut header lifts the vines without crushing the pods before a spiral conveyor feeds the plants into the threshing chamber. Inside, the rotor and vibrating screens work in perfect sync, strong enough to separate the peas, gentle enough to preserve their firmness and natural sheen. Airflow systems then strip away leaves and stems, while clean peas fill the rear hopper and are offloaded directly into a truck moving alongside, keeping the entire operation continuous and uninterrupted. Thanks to these harvesting giants, the Netherlands leads Europe in industrial pea production, accounting for over 30% of the region's output and reinforcing its status as one of the world's most advanced agricultural powerhouses. San Joaquin Valley, California, the largest grape-growing region in the United States, is known for its DOV, the rye, dry-on-vine raisin production, a technique that allows grapes to dry directly on the trellis instead of being laid on the ground. This is the defining advantage of DOV, something the traditional tray drying system cannot offer. Each year, the region produces hundreds of thousands of tons of raisins using this method, cutting labor costs dramatically and reducing weather-related risks that often threaten sun-drying. Instead of harvesting fresh clusters, growers perform cane cutting once the grapes reach peak ripeness. This step cuts off the water and nutrient supply, forcing the fruit to dry naturally on the vine for up to 40 days. When harvest begins, DOV harvesters move along the rows, applying a light but continuous vibration to release dried berries, which fall onto integrated conveyors and flow directly into onboard bins, creating a closed-loop harvesting system capable of handling 3-4 tons per hour, far beyond any manual process. Despite its advantages, DOV accounts for only about 40% of U.S. raisin production. Many vineyards continue using the traditional method due to the high cost of rebuilding trellis systems and the incompatibility of older orchards with DOV layouts. In the traditional system, grapes are harvested fresh, placed on paper trays between vine rows, and sun-dried for 10 to 20 days. It is labor-intensive and weather-dependent, but dries faster and requires no vineyard redesign. Raisin production brings nearly USD $1 billion in annual revenue to California, securing the state's position as the world's leading raisin powerhouse. Rolling into the field is the most advanced carrot harvester from the Netherlands, the cradle of the world's most powerful vegetable mechanization systems. This intelligent machine stands out with a high-pressure, trench-opening blade system that slices through the soil with near-perfect precision, opening a channel exactly along the carrot's growth axis without damaging the root. Right behind it, synchronized rubber clamps lock onto the carrot tops, applying stable tension to pull each root straight upward. Integrated high-speed spiral brushes spin beyond 600 RPM, blasting off mud and soil. A serrated conveyor then carries the carrots deeper into the machine, where an auto-adjusting leaf-cutting module neatly removes any remaining foliage. The crop continues onto a 3-4 meter vibrating deck, whose rapid oscillation filters out fine debris before the clean carrots are transferred into the storage hopper. From there, they are unloaded directly into a parallel moving truck, maintaining an uninterrupted harvesting flow. Across generations, from the first dual-blade systems to today's flagship models, the machines have been upgraded to 12 hydraulic blade units, creating wider, deeper, and cleaner soil openings than ever before. Each hour, a modern harvester can lift up to 25 tons of carrots, running smoothly in a closed loop of cutting, lifting, cleaning, and collecting, a level of productivity impossible by hand labor. Once the harvest cycle ends, the load moves straight to primary grading lines, saving up to 40% of post-harvest time compared to manual methods. As global demand for the world's most consumed root crop keeps rising, carrot consumption now exceeds 45 million tons per year, with no signs of slowing down. Powered by these mechanized beasts, the United States, holding about 14% of global carrot production, has turned its carrot industry into a high-velocity industrial chain, halving labor costs and boosting productivity nearly fourfold compared to the hand harvest era. No longer bound to the ground, agriculture has truly taken flight. Modern seeding drones can carry up to 60 kilograms of seeds, covering more than 40 hectares in just 1 hour, a level of productivity that once required an entire fleet of tractors. Equipped with high-precision GPS and multispectral sensors, they map the terrain, analyze moisture, slope, and canopy density, and calculate the optimal drop point for every grain. As the wind shifts, they automatically adjust their flight to ensure each seed falls with centimeter-level precision. Even in turbulent skies, radar and self-correcting algorithms keep them steady, quietly sowing the future of intelligent agriculture. After completing their mission of sowing life, these drones take on another role. As the aerial pharmacists of modern agriculture, carrying dozens of liters of crop protection solutions, foliar fertilizers, or biological agents, they glide precisely over rows of crops, coating every leaf in a fine. Seeding drones represent the beginning of life. Spraying drones are its invisible shield, a symbol of an agriculture where artificial intelligence and flight technology are reshaping how humanity nurtures the earth. Mist. The fascinating machine before you, with its rotating steel blades cutting into the soil, may look like a set of lifeless metal arms. But in reality, it's the in-row weeder, an intelligent weeding system widely used by farmers across Europe and North America on high-tech vegetable fields. Each rotary blade is a curved steel tine mounted on a high-speed rotating shaft. As the machine moves, these shafts spin in perfect rhythm, allowing the tines to slip between plants, loosening soil, uprooting weeds, and breaking crusts, then retracting instantly before touching the delicate stems. Every motion is controlled by sensors, cameras, and precise electro-hydraulic systems, enabling the machine to detect the tiny gaps between plants with millimeter-level accuracy, as if guided by the intuition of a seasoned grower. With the ability to clear over 2 hectares per hour without a drop of herbicide, the in-row weeder not only replaces human labor but also paves the way for sustainable agriculture, where soil is cared for by machinery instead of chemicals. With the rotary rake, the idea behind its invention was simple yet brilliant. What if we could gather an entire field of grass with the precision of a Swiss watch? Unlike traditional rakes that drag along the ground, the rotary rake stands its rotors upright, allowing each flexible spring tine to gently lift the grass, spin it in a spiral motion, and form perfectly uniform windrows, as if measured by a ruler. The result? Grass that dries faster, stays cleaner, and retains up to 30% more nutritional value. Beneath its steel frame lies a network of self-balancing sensors and hydraulic controls, enabling the machine to cover over 12 hectares per hour while maintaining smooth, precise, and almost silent motion. Yet while the rotary rake brought finesse in keeping the forage clean and nutrient-rich, it quickly revealed its limits on the vast, sun-baked fields stretching hundreds of hectares. Slow speed, complex drivetrains, and limited flexibility. That's where the wheel rake takes over. A machine equipped with up to 20 steel wheels, spanning 12 meters in a single pass, creating a revolution in speed and efficiency. Without motors or drive shafts, the wheel rake harnesses the ground's own friction to convert motion into powerful sweeping force, flinging grass and hay neatly into straight, even windrows, as if drawn by a line. In this design, simplicity is strength. Fewer parts, lighter weight, and up to 20% less fuel consumption. The result? Nearly double the working speed, while maintaining the same stability and precision across every row. Those round shapes scattered across the fields, looking like giant wheels of cheese from above, aren't decoration at all. They're bales of hay, carefully wrapped and sealed by a remarkable machine known as the bale wrapper. Once a bale is tightly formed, a hydraulic lift grips it and places it onto a dual rotating platform. There, the heavy cylinder begins to spin while an arm sweeps around it at up to 36 revolutions per minute. Layering sheets of stretchable PE film, material that blocks sunlight, seals out air, and allows the hay to ferment naturally, like pickles preserved in their own brine. The operator barely lifts a finger. Automatic sensors handle everything: film tension, wrapping direction, even the number of layers. The result is a series of tight, glossy, perfectly sealed bales, ready to feed cattle through the long winter, when out there, the fields hold nothing but frost and silence. In Washington, during the harvest season of September and October, apple picking is entering a new chapter. In the past, manual labor offered short-term savings, but came with growing problems: labor shortages at peak season, productivity that rose and fell with human stamina, and countless apples bruised or damaged before reaching the market. That's why apple picking robots are becoming an increasingly common sight across the orchards. Equipped with AI-powered cameras and soft robotic grippers, they can identify ripe apples, extend a vacuum suction arm to gently pluck them within seconds. They work tirelessly, day and night, unaffected by fatigue or weather, and keep each apple nearly perfectly intact. Though the upfront cost is higher than hiring human pickers, in the long run, these robots cut labor expenses, stabilize yields, and solve the chronic shortage of workers. The contest between human hands and robotic arms is no longer just about how an apple is picked. It's about who will shape the future of America's apple industry. In South Texas, when the rind deepens to dark green and the stem curls at the tip, farmers know the melons are ready. One soft thump with the knuckles tells them the flesh inside is full and sweet. In the past, harvest season meant a race against the scorching sun. 6 to 7 kilogram melons passed from hand to hand, where a single slip could ruin an entire batch. Today, much of that strain is gone. Semi-mechanized conveyor systems now glide alongside the rows, catching each melon straight from the picker's hands. Rubber padding and synchronized rollers absorb every impact, letting the fruit float gently onto the truck without a scratch. These systems may look simple, but they've quietly transformed a crop worth nearly $6 billion USD a year, helping America's watermelons reach the world as sweet, fresh, and effortless as ever. A single head of cauliflower is more than 92% water, crisp, porous, and so fragile that one rough motion can crush it into pulp. Yet across the mist-covered fields of Europe and North America, giant vegetable harvesting combines can lift each head from the soil without bruising a single floret. Dozens of hydraulic mechanisms move in perfect rhythm, like the fingers of a colossal robotic hand. Automatic clamps open and embrace the stalk. Precision blades cut cleanly at the base, and parallel conveyors carry the pristine white head gently to the storage bin. In just 5 hours, one such machine can harvest nearly 400 tons of cauliflower. And the marvel lies not only in its speed, but in its care. Every head intact, spotless, and ready for its journey from Europe's cold fields to dinner tables in Tokyo or New York. Now come with me deep into the northern forests, where the scent of fresh-cut wood mingles with the hum of saws in the cold air. Here, in small lumberyards scattered among the trees, no one swings axes or handsaws anymore. The heavy labor has been handed over to an automatic log-splitting machine. Designed for small-scale producers looking to save on labor, this machine can handle logs up to 40 centimeters in diameter. Once the log is clamped, a steel saw blade drops down and slices through in seconds. Immediately after, a hydraulic cylinder generates around 27 tons of pressure, pushing the wood through a splitting wedge that divides it cleanly into even sections, all powered smoothly by a 14-horsepower engine. A rubber conveyor belt then carries the split wood out, stacking it neatly, ready for drying or storage. With just one operator, the machine can process dozens of cubic meters of wood per day, a task that once required an entire crew, now reduced to the pull of a single hydraulic lever. The rocket launcher mounted on this truck isn't built for battle, it's the fog cannon truck, a high-power sprayer designed for large-scale disinfection, mist irrigation, and pest control. Its nozzle operates on an aerodynamic turbine principle. A high-speed jet stream from the turbine fan pulls in the liquid solution, compressing it into billions of ultrafine droplets, each only about 40 microns in diameter. With a spray capacity of up to 400 liters per minute and a reach of nearly 300 meters, this machine is ideal for rice paddies, tea plantations, and fruit orchards, dramatically reducing the risk of chemical exposure to workers' skin and clothing. In the early mornings on the asparagus fields in California, when the dew is still resting on the stalks, farmers begin their work. They bend down, carefully examining each asparagus spear to select the ones that have reached the ideal length, usually about 8 to 10 inches. With a sharp knife or specialized cutting tool, they gently cut the spears at the base, being careful not to damage the root system so the plant can continue to grow. Each spear is then placed neatly in a basket, making sure it doesn't bend or break. This is a task that requires not only strength, but also patience and precision, as each spear must be handled carefully to maintain its freshness. When it comes to white asparagus, the process is much more intricate. Since it's grown under layers of soil or fabric to block sunlight, farmers must first lift each sheet of fabric before harvesting. In some larger farms, modern technology has started to assist farmers, helping reduce the need for manual labor. These advanced harvesting machines, designed to carry workers as they sit on them, gently glide over the rows of crops. The workers sitting on these machines can easily cut the asparagus as the machine moves slowly, saving time and protecting the plants from damage. What's even more special is when harvesting white asparagus. There are machines equipped with lifting arms on both sides that can simultaneously raise dozens of fabric sheets. This not only helps farmers save time, but also optimizes labor, allowing them to focus on harvesting more efficiently. Once the fabric sheets are lifted, the farmers carefully use knives to cut each white asparagus spear and gently place them onto the harvesting machine's conveyor belt. The conveyor then moves the asparagus upwards, where workers are waiting to collect and carefully pack them into containers. Not just stopping at manual methods, American farmers have taken asparagus harvesting to a whole new level with the introduction of advanced, fully automated equipment. For white asparagus, modern harvesting machines move along the rows of crops, with their mechanical arms gently lifting the fabric sheets, creating space for the next step. The sensor system not only detects the location of the asparagus, but also adjusts the pulling force to ensure it's just right, preventing any damage to the plants or the roots, which need to be preserved for the plants to continue growing. Once the spears are pulled up, they are neatly placed on an integrated conveyor belt that moves them up to the machine. Here, workers are waiting to collect, inspect each spear, and then carefully place them into containers, ready for the next processing step. For green asparagus, the harvesting machines are designed similarly, but there's no need for a fabric lifting system since the spears grow directly on the ground. The The machines still use smart sensors to detect the height and position of each spear, ensuring that only the spears that meet the standards are harvested. The automatic cutting blades gently trim each spear at the base and smoothly move them onto the conveyor belt. This process helps save a significant amount of time and labor while ensuring that the quality of the green asparagus is not compromised. The use of machinery in asparagus harvesting marks a significant advancement in agriculture, bringing many outstanding benefits. Machines help reduce manual labor, increase productivity, and save a considerable amount of time. At the same time, they ensure consistency and quality of the product, meeting the growing demands of the market. This automation not only enhances production efficiency, but also reduces long-term costs, allowing farmers to focus on other aspects of farming and management. The integration of technology into asparagus harvesting not only improves efficiency, but also opens up opportunities for sustainable development in modern agriculture. After the asparagus is harvested, its journey doesn't stop at the field. To reach consumers as a high-quality product, the asparagus goes through a careful processing process in modern factories. When the asparagus arrives at the factory, it goes through an automatic washing system with clean water to remove all dirt, sand, and impurities from the field. After that, the asparagus is sorted based on its length, thickness, and shape to ensure uniformity in each batch. Next, any spears that don't meet the standards are discarded, while those that pass the quality check are quickly cooled using misting or ice water to maintain freshness. After cooling, the asparagus is packed into specialized trays or plastic bags. The packaging is usually designed with ventilation holes to maintain moisture and prevent the buildup of ethylene gas, which causes the asparagus to ripen too quickly. Finally, the trays of asparagus are labeled with product information and moved to a cold storage facility to be kept fresh before being distributed to stores and supermarkets. In addition, asparagus can also be canned, and the processing is more complex to ensure the product can be stored for a long time while retaining its natural flavor. After cleaning and sorting, the asparagus is trimmed to fit the size of the cans or jars. Next, it's blanched in hot water for a few minutes to soften the spears, kill bacteria, and preserve its natural color. After blanching, the asparagus is carefully packed into cans, making sure it looks good and optimizes space. A preserving solution, typically made of diluted salt water or a mixture with citric acid, is poured into the cans to enhance the product's shelf life. The cans are then sealed and undergo a high-pressure sterilization process to ensure food safety and extend the shelf life for up to 1 or 2 years. So asparagus is now a common sight on dining tables everywhere. And a question often comes up: what's the difference between green asparagus and white asparagus? Well, let's break it down for you. In terms of nutritional value, both types are rich in vitamins A, C, E, and K, as well as important minerals like potassium, phosphorus, and folate. However, green asparagus stands out due to its higher antioxidant content. Thanks to its higher chlorophyll levels, this gives it its characteristic green color and helps support heart health. It has a bold, slightly bitter and fresh flavor, making it perfect for stir-fries, grilling, or even eaten raw. On the other hand, white asparagus is easier to digest because it contains less fiber, which makes it more suitable for people with sensitive digestive systems. It has a milder, sweeter taste with less bitterness and is often used in high-end dishes with hollandaise sauce or butter. Additionally, white asparagus tends to be more expensive than green asparagus due to its more complex growing process. The differences in nutritional value and flavor between green and white asparagus likely come from the way they are grown. For green asparagus, the plants grow under natural sunlight, which allows them to produce chlorophyll and develop their characteristic green color. For white asparagus, the process is similar to green asparagus, but it requires additional steps to cover the plants during the growing process. This prevents the plants from producing chlorophyll, which helps the asparagus stay white and develop its mild, delicate flavor. So, now you have a complete overview of how American farmers grow, harvest, and process millions of pounds of asparagus every year. This is a clear example of the perfect blend of advanced technology and the dedication and skill of hardworking people. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to keep exploring more fascinating stories from the world of agriculture. Goodbye, and see you in the next video. Imagine getting lost in a lush bamboo forest, where the wind rustles through the towering leaves, creating a gentle symphony between earth and sky, blending seamlessly with the vibrant rhythm of nature. Welcome to China, the bamboo shoot capital of the world, producing up to 80% of the global supply, with endless stretches of bamboo groves that seem to have no end. But that's not all. Bamboo shoots are also the fastest growing plant on Earth. Under ideal conditions, a single shoot can grow up to 1 to 3 feet per day, so fast that you can actually witness it rising with the naked eye, as if nature were fast-forwarding life itself within a matter of hours. With just 100 grams of bamboo shoots, you get a green gift packed with under 20 kcal, yet rich in fiber, potassium, vitamin B6, and phytosterols, golden compounds known to lower cholesterol and support heart health. Virtually fat-free and loaded with antioxidants, bamboo shoots are quickly emerging as a superfood sought after around the world. And like every story, this one has a beginning. For bamboo shoots, that journey starts deep in dense forests, where young sprouts quietly push through the soil, waiting for the hands of humans to harvest them. For farmers, harvesting bamboo shoots is not just a task, it's a delicate art form. For young bamboo shoots with soft stems that grow close to the ground, farmers can harvest them entirely by hand. When they spot a shoot peeking through the soil, they approach, grip the base firmly, and snap it off with a quick motion, angled or sideways. This method is quick, simple, and especially effective when scouting the terrain or inspecting individual bamboo clusters. However, not all shoots are that easy to collect. In some bamboo varieties, the shoots grow deep beneath the surface, hidden in loose soil, with no visible sign above ground. In these cases, farmers must learn to read the language of the earth. Tiny surface cracks, subtle mounds, or a soft spot underfoot signal that a shoot is quietly pushing upward from below. As for the shoots that have already emerged but whose bases are firmly anchored deep into tough, aged bamboo roots, harvesting by hand is nearly impossible. At that point, farmers turn to tools like small hoes or curved machetes, adjusting their method based on terrain and soil density. They aim to strike just once, deep and precisely enough to loosen the base without damaging the tender shoot. Afterward, the bamboo shoot is trimmed, with its thick outer layers and woody base peeled away, protective sheaths that served their role throughout the shoot's journey underground. What remains is the tender white core, crisp, sweet, and faintly earthy. This is the prized portion destined for consumption or processing. This trimming is often done on-site to reduce weight during transport and ensure the shoots remain fresh and crunchy all the way to the factory. Before following these bamboo shoots into modern processing plants, let's make a quick stop at the asparagus fields, another type of green gift from the earth. Like bamboo, asparagus rises from underground, but with a much lighter, more elegant form. While harvesting bamboo requires strength, skill, and an intimate knowledge of the land, asparagus is astonishingly simple. Observe its height, gently snap it by hand, or slide a thin knife near the base, and the stalk is yours. A long row can be harvested in minutes, clean, quick, and without ever needing to lift a hoe. Harvesting bamboo shoots is already a demanding task, but the processing that follows requires just as much precision and care. Once the bamboo shoots arrive at the factory, they are unloaded and placed onto a feeding conveyor, which automatically transports them to the washing system with minimal manual labor. Here, the shoots are poured into an automated cleaning tank, where high-pressure water jets spray from multiple angles, washing away soil and debris clinging to the surface. A rotating shaft system gently turns the shoots to ensure every side is thoroughly rinsed, effectively removing dirt and the fibrous outer layer. Fresh bamboo shoots can begin to ferment within just a few hours if not properly cleaned and drained in time. This process causes discoloration, off odors, and rapidly degrades their quality. That's why the washing system is always placed at the very start of the processing line, to stop biological changes from the very first minute. Next, the bamboo shoots are transferred by conveyor into pre-prepared metal cages. These cages are then placed into hot water tanks maintained at around 190 to 200 degrees Celsius. The blanching process softens the shoots, helps preserve their natural flavor, and makes peeling easier. Once blanching is complete, the cages are removed and the shoots are emptied into large trays, where they are spread out and either air-cooled or soaked in cold water, all in preparation for the next step, peeling. During the bamboo shoot peeling process, workers play a crucial role in ensuring both efficiency and precision. They work alongside automated peeling machines, equipped with specially designed rotating shafts. The peeling machine features a large metal roller with spiral grooves that generate friction to strip away the outer layer of the bamboo shoot. As the shaft spins at high speed, it scrapes off the peel when the shoot comes into contact with its rough surface. A conveyor belt underneath helps move the shoots in and out of the peeling zone, keeping the process continuous and efficient. The worker's task is to guide each bamboo shoot into the rotating shaft, making sure the tip is properly aligned to meet the cutting edges or spiral ridges. Once in contact, the machine's strong rotating force mimics a top-down peeling motion, quickly and cleanly removing the soft outer layers. After coming out of the peeling machine, bamboo shoots are still far from finished. Thin layers of skin, fibrous strands, or tough sections near the base often remain, areas that machines can't fully clean. This is where the manual fine trimming process begins. With a small, sharp but flexible knife, workers carefully trim each bamboo shoot, a task repeated thousands of times per shift, requiring unwavering focus. At the packaging station, workers use electronic scales to divide the bamboo shoots so that each bag has a consistent weight, usually ranging from 200 grams to 500 grams. Once portioned, the shoots are placed into specialized plastic bags and transferred to a vacuum sealing machine. This system removes all the air inside the bag and then heat seals the opening. As a result, the bamboo shoots are preserved in an airtight environment, maintaining their crisp texture, vibrant color, and extending shelf life for several weeks, all without the need for preservatives. In addition to fresh bamboo shoots, fermented canned bamboo shoots are also a popular product favored by many consumers. After sorting, the shoots are neatly arranged into large industrial steaming vats, ready to undergo a critical stage that transforms them into a shelf-stable, canned product. Soaking the shoots in water is a refined technical step. The water helps mellow the naturally pungent taste of raw bamboo, resulting in a milder, more pleasant final flavor. It also stabilizes moisture levels inside the shoots, preventing them from cracking, breaking, or cooking unevenly when exposed to sudden high temperatures. Once the shoots have absorbed enough water, the entire vat is covered with a flexible plastic sheet to create a sealed environment that traps steam and heat. These vats are then placed into massive industrial steamers where pressure and temperature are tightly controlled. Over the course of 30 to 60 minutes, the bamboo shoots are steamed at temperatures ranging from 120 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees. This is the ideal range to eliminate harmful bacteria while preserving the shoot's natural crunch, a texture that consumers highly appreciate. Thanks to the evenly circulating hot steam, the shoots cook uniformly from the inside out and have their bright color locked in, ensuring they remain visually appealing by the time they reach the end consumer. Once fully cooked, the vats are opened and the shoots are left to cool naturally, avoiding thermal shock that could cause softening or structural damage. From here, each can is then filled with a light brine solution for preservation. Finally, the lids are heat sealed using an automatic press, creating a completely airtight environment that allows the bamboo shoots to retain their natural flavor for several months without any added preservatives. At the end of the line, the finished cans are carefully stacked in a cool storage area, awaiting shipment, ready to appear on dining tables everywhere, from cozy home-cooked meals to gourmet canned goods destined for export markets around the world. But have you ever wondered how bamboo shoots are formed? The answer lies in the strong, healthy mother bamboo plants, nurtured with the hands and rich experience of dedicated farmers. Bamboo is primarily propagated through branch cuttings. The cuttings are selected from healthy mother bamboo plants, free from pests and diseases, and typically between 2 to 5 years old. After selecting a suitable branch, farmers proceed to girdle the bark in a 2 to 3 centimeters wide ring and scrape off the cambium layer to inhibit upward nutrient flow. The exposed section is then wrapped with a moist mixture of loose soil and sawdust or decomposed straw, maintaining a humidity level of 60 to 70%. Finally, the soil ball is tightly wrapped with plastic and secured at both ends with string to retain moisture and promote faster, stronger root development. After about 30 to 45 days, roots will begin to emerge and develop. During this stage, it's important to regularly check the soil ball to ensure the moisture level is neither too dry nor too wet. Once the roots reach a length of about 3 to 5 centimeters and turn an ivory white color, the branch is ready to be separated from the mother plant. Once the rooted branch is ready, it is carefully cut from the mother plant using sharp pruning shears to avoid damaging the roots. The cut end is then dipped into a rooting hormone solution to promote stronger growth. Next, a planting bag is prepared by mixing loamy soil with well-decomposed manure and organic humus in a 2:1:1 ratio. The rooted cutting is gently placed into the soil bag and covered lightly to avoid injuring the delicate roots. After being placed in the soil bag, the young bamboo plant should be kept in a shaded, well-ventilated area for the first 2 to 3 weeks to avoid direct sunlight. Daily watering is necessary to maintain moisture, but care must be taken not to overwater, which can lead to root rot. After 1 to 2 months, once the seedling has stabilized and shows healthy growth, it can be transplanted into the garden soil. Proper care during this early stage helps the plant gradually adapt to its environment and significantly boosts its growth potential once planted in open ground. After transplanting, young bamboo plants require several years of steady growth before they can produce edible shoots. Typically, it takes 3 to 5 years for a bamboo plant to mature enough to yield bamboo shoots, those tender, nutrient-rich sprouts prized in many cuisines. However, this timeline can shift depending on factors like cultivation methods, soil fertility, climate conditions, and the bamboo variety. These shoots usually break through the soil in spring or during warm, humid spells, when optimal moisture and temperature awaken the dormant energy within the rhizomes, sending up a vibrant green spear from underground.